There's one more reason that we are going there with the topic of sex. And honestly, it's the most important reason to me. The primary reason that I am preaching on sex today is to ensure that everyone connected to this church knows that God can fully restore sexually broken people. I do not really enjoy saying things that are difficult for some people to hear, but I am convinced that God's design and His plan and hope for us and sex is better than what we want for ourselves when it comes to sex. It's important to acknowledge that we are all sexually broken in some way. We have not all committed the same sins. We have not all struggled with the same sexual thoughts, but one way or the other, all of us have some broken view of sex or some broken behavior when it comes to sex. And we need to be forgiven for misplaced thoughts or for misplaced actions, or we need healing from someone else's sexual actions. And only Jesus can apply forgiveness, can apply healing exactly as all of us need. Only the Spirit of God and only the Son of God can do that. So look, if some impulse in you is feeling judged in some way today, please hear me. No one is staring down at you from a lofty moral perch today with no mercy or no understanding of the struggle that you face. No one is pontificating as if he has never had an inappropriate thought or action sexually. If you need a completely flawless spokesperson on this topic, I cannot be that person for you. And I am not attempting to assign some of us to the group of good people and to assign others of us to the group of bad people. The reality is, we are all the bad people. We are all broken in some way. In Romans 1, where Paul confronts sexual sin, he also writes this in verse 29. Their lives became full of every kind of wickedness, sin, greed, hate, envy, murder, quarreling, deception, malicious behavior, gossip. They are backstabbers, haters of God, insolent, proud, boastful. They invent new ways of sinning. And they disobey their parents. I just loved it. Paul threw that in. If you walk through that list carefully, it is very difficult to conclude that your sin has somehow escaped God's notice and that other people and their sins are worse than you and your sins. God sees it all. It all offends Him. All the sin is bad and destructive for us. Romans 3:23 says, for everyone has sinned. We all fall short of God's glorious standard. So the church should not be a place where you feel that someone pretending to be more perfect than he or she is talking down to you. We all need forgiveness, if not for some obvious sexual sin, for a less obvious one, or for something else.